You're listening to the October 13, 2024 reading of Blossom Goodchild's channeling with the Federation of Light.
Hello there. So many once again are homeless, their homes and all belongings gone. And yet, here many of us sit carrying on in our everyday lives, unscathed, unharmed, untouched. How can we help those less fortunate? It would be good to have some input from you. Of course we know to send love, yet is there more we can do?
Welcome, Blossom, and each one residing upon this planet, some with roofs over their heads, some not, some with food, some not, some with someone to hold them, some not. Dearest souls, on the understanding that we are all one, then let it be so, in the knowing that which you do unto another. Therefore, when you lay your head to rest at night, in a warm, cozy bed, know you are doing it on behalf of another. When you partake of a nourishing meal, do it in the knowing that the food you intake is benefiting another. When you cuddle up close to a loved one, know the warmth felt is warming the heart of one who does not have this loving tenderness in their life. You understand what we are saying? You can apply this to absolutely everything that you are grateful for. To know that your heart is also another's heart, so that in all that you do it in the knowing that it is for the highest good of all.
Thank you. I get this and have done so for many years, yet it takes a lot of trust in accepting that this is so and that another can actually feel it.
It does not take trust, Blossom. It takes knowing. That is all it takes. Knowing that this is so.
Yet, when getting into a warm bed, many are freezing on the streets. How does my doing this and being aware I'm doing it for others really help them?
Blossom, you would be surprised. So maybe we need to go into more detail about the knowing.
If you wouldn't mind.
It could be that when you know another is being warmed by your gesture, that although they have no bed, a peace can come over them at that time. It is more than possible for them to feel your warm bed energetically, for you are part of the whole. Would we say that your circuitry travels to them via the connection that each and every soul has? You are all connected by it, through it. This connection is part of you. It is part of how you pick up on another's thoughts of one that may be far away, and yet they are aware of you at that time because you are thinking of them. So it is to take that understanding to a much deeper level and know that the thoughts sent out can be created into an action and be felt on a level of reality, even though it is not. It simply is the connection reverbing through the circuitry and creating an effect. This is how you can strengthen those who are experiencing such loss. This is how you can brighten one's day, even though you do not know them. To send out joy to places that are destroyed may seem an odd thing to consider. And yet, if you know that what we speak of is truth, then would you not agree that joy is something they are in great need of? Each soul who is experiencing devastation and loss and finding themselves surviving under extreme conditions is having to dig deep within to find the will to continue. Yet, also, with such ease, they find their willingness to assist another wherever they can. In these places, there is so little of woe is me and a great deal of how can I help my neighbor? There are many miracles that derive from such tragedy, blessings both large and small that lift the spirit under such dire conditions. All over your planet, souls are suffering in one form or another. This is not how it should be. Many lives are lost on a daily basis, yet understanding that there is no loss, for these souls enter into an immediate release from the struggles they were having to endure. Indeed, it is the ones left behind, the ones that must recall that they are the strongest of the strong in order to remain so, and continue on in love light.
Sometimes I find it hard to do that, and I consider myself to have a blessed life. How souls manage to do so under the trials and strife they have to endure on a daily basis, I do not know.
Blossom. Many find it hard to accept that it is through choice that one is born into a particular country, a particular family. One may ask why one would choose to be born into poverty. Yet, from the higher perspective, the soul knows that such circumstances will serve them in a way that may not seem apparent when witnessing such hardship.
I am aware of these things also, yet lately I question all of that. I mean, really? Or is that something that we choose to accept to make us feel better? Is it not just a convenient excuse? So much doesn't make sense to me these days.
Then here we shall enter into the personal choices of knowing and beliefs, of faith and such like. It is a choice to accept these possibilities.
What if they're not true?
You choose truth or not. If you choose it to be so, then it becomes your truth.
But what if it's not the truth?
Then you would be choosing it not to be.
And then what? Just be confused by the point of it all? I mean, all of it?
If that is what you choose to choose. Blossom, and each one. You are your own creators, of thought and of truth.
See, I don't get that. Either someone chose to be born into poverty, or they didn't.
And it is their choice as well as yours, to accept that as a truth or not. Whether or not it is true is irrelevant. It is the decision to know it as truth that will determine the path each one walks. This is the game.
For many, the word game used to sum up our existence can be so offensive.
Yet, when one really knows how to play this game, they feel very differently. We understand that to keep oneself, one's thoughts, on track is most challenging. Yet, when you understand that this is how the game works, then you understand how magic and miracles occur. It is you that chooses to be kind. It is you that chooses to flow with the tide of well-being. It is you that chooses to change a negative thought into a positive one. It is you that chooses to forgive yourself and others. It is you that chooses love over hate. On and on we could go. Your choices are the rules of the game, as simple as that. One's heart dictates to you that which you know to be of goodness, and that which does not feel this way. The choice is then to act upon the loving way, to know that all your desires can be yours. Everything you want your world to be will present itself to you when you keep on top of your game. When only love flows through you, as you.
Many of us have a long, long way to go before we could say that we're at that stage.
You would be surprised, Blossom. For each one of you are nothing other than love. The thoughts that you feel are negative or off about anyone and anything are collective thoughts that have been programmed into you. Your ego mind, would we say. For you, as a soul, being in human form can only be love. For that is who you are and where you come from. If you were to know this and allow your truth of this to flow through your every breath, not only would you feel such a difference in your beingness, yet you would instantly see changes all around you. Know yourself to be love, only love. To feel this deep within is transformational.
Yet somehow it seems we really need to work on this notion, as we've been so indoctrinated to believe ourselves to be otherwise.
Let us not use the word work. Perhaps exchange it for play. Play with the notion that any thought, word, or deed that feels as though it is not from the loving being that you know yourself to be is not of you. It is from the game. And you know the rules of this game.
The rules being what exactly? I'm sure we've been down this pathway many moons ago.
The rules are...
I know it. There are no rules.
Correct. Because it is you that navigates through this game. It is not a matter of rules, Blossom. It is a matter of knowing how to play it. Be in tune with all that is. Love all that is. Know in truth the universe, God, consciousness, whichever name you prefer to give, the all that is, has got your back. It wants you to be happy. It wants to give you everything you want. And it will, when you flow in its love. When you choose to reside in the vibration of its joy. When you accept that it is you that are the creator of what comes next in your life. You decide. You choose. And without fail, it shall be given unto you.
Nice one. Lovely jubbly. Thanks so much. In gratitude, in loving service, I am.
A very warm welcome to you. It is you that I just sang to Blossom. That for you, when you go to bed and you go back to the scene with the breathing and the girl, etc. You need to go back there in your mind, and you need to. When I say reenact it, in a sense I mean that, but you need to be there and feel the magnificent light that is there, that was there, that you were doing, healing all the energies of that trauma at the time, and allow yourself to sit in that space, holding the girl's hand, whatever it may be, and doing the breathing, but have the light so strong coming in through you, and then